Going in 10. 3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody? The message of the week this week is the Open is here. It is starting this week, so this is your last call to sign up. We are going to go over what the Open is. We have a bigger panel today because the Open means a lot to all of us, and we want to share our experiences and all the information with you here. So, first things first, what is the Open? Justin, could you kind of explain that to us?
Oh boy. The Open is an event that CrossFit headquarters puts on to involve the entire community. It is 3 weeks. It runs from Thursday to Monday for 3 consecutive weeks. CrossFit decides on one workout to test everybody with, and we all do that workout together. It started as the beginning of the competition season. So it is still used for that for the CrossFit Games. It is used as round 1 of the competition season. Everybody that you see at the CrossFit Games also participates in the Open alongside all of us. It's grown and grown and grown into the largest participatory sporting event in the world. No other event has this many participants, and it really has kind of formed into a community expression of who we are as CrossFitters, a celebration of the year that led to this moment, and just an opportunity to come together and get after it. So it's fun because it's out of our hands. I don't know what the workouts are going to be any more than any of these guys or any of you. It's anxiety provoking for all of us, but we come together. We come together and support each other and get through it. So, did I miss anything?
Yeah, that was perfect. Now we're going to get into what it means to do the Open. Oh,
one more logistical thing.
Go for it.
This year and last year specifically, the registration monies directly support the CrossFit Games and the athletes. And like the CrossFit Games is like the Woodstock of fitness every year. So your $20 goes to support the sport side of CrossFit. They're kind of like 3 heads to CrossFit headquarters, but those $20 go directly to support all athletes, not just the Jason Hoppers and the Tia Toomeys, but the aging, the masters, the teenagers, the adaptive, the teams, and allows CrossFit to put on the spectacle that is the CrossFit Games. So $20 might not seem like a lot, but there's already 50,000 people signed up as of today, January 26th. So it's a lot of money that they're getting, and they're able to put on this awesome season and event.
Thank you for adding that. Okay, as a CrossFitter, why is it important to sign up for the Open? Trish, I'm going to let you take this one.
As a CrossFitter, I believe it's important because if you're a true CrossFitter, you're part of a community. And I think this is one of the biggest community events that's out there. And especially at Salty Hive CrossFit, we really bring our community together and celebrate each other's fitness. I think with CrossFit, or with being a CrossFitter, we like to work hard. We like to challenge ourselves. We like to encourage others. We like to empower others, support others. And I think that all of those things are the Open, where you're scared to do your first attempt at a muscle up. Are you scared to whip yourself trying to do a double under? Are you scared to go fast? Are you scared to go heavy? Like, the Open is there to push yourself to scare you. Yeah, the Open is there to scare you. But it's encouraging to have your community behind you. And it's fun to see people do things that they wouldn't do in an everyday workout, where it's just like, I've never RX'd a workout, but I'm about to RX a workout doing the Open. So I think just as a CrossFitter, challenging yourself and putting yourself in comfortable positions, or not positions. But yeah, being in an uncomfortable spot and having the support system of your community around you is just like should be kind of the description of a CrossFitter.
Love that. That's perfect. And leads us right into our next question, which going a little deeper into that, as a member of Salty Hive CrossFit, why is it important for the members here to sign up for the open? And Samantha, I'm gonna give this one to you.
For all the same reasons that Trish just said, and we as Salty Hive do the open. And one of our core values is community comes first. And this is one of the, I would say, the top place in the year that you can be a part of the community. And our biggest event of the year, I would say, for 3 straight weeks, we are thinking about the open. We are preparing for the open. As a coaching staff, we're getting ourselves set up. I mean, I guess even
I'm
we're
like
already
3 straight weeks. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. So, and it is more than just the sign up of the open for us, right? We take this as an opportunity to do a full intramural event where you get to participate with people that you may or may not go to classes with. You get to meet new people. And also, we program it every Friday. Our whole weekend of those 3 weeks revolves around this event, right? And to deprive yourself of being a part of that, you're gonna really feel left out.
I love the word choice of deprive.
Well, but really, it's that is what we are gonna focus on Thursday night through the next Monday. We're gonna let people come in and do the workout whenever they need to. All of our entire Friday is dedicated to that. Last year we had 100+ people sign up. The past few years we've had 100+ people. Yeah. So if you're not one of those 100+ people, you're missing out, honestly, right? And then I also will add, just like any other class, it is not going to feel like class. It's going to feel like a lot more than class, but just like any other class, we are going to make sure you're taken care of, right? Since we put so much priority into it, you don't need to have a muscle up or have double unders like Trish was alluding to. You can sit and practice, or all of us are still going to be around all day. We are still going to take care of you. So
Perfect. I love it. And now we want to see what that looks like, or at least can imagine what that looks like. So what does the open look like at Salty Hive? And we're going to go back to Justin for this one, the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah, I just try to pull it off. So there's no mastermind. It's more of a push into the deep end and don't drown. So if you've never done the open, some logistical considerations is just sign up, and you don't have to make any decisions on any particular workout now. So sign up, we will help you make those decisions. What happens? Oh, what is the day? The 28th? No. 26th? February
26th. January 26th.
No, the day that's
no.
and whatever.
really?
The last Thursday in February, I
it's
think
the
at noon our time, CrossFit will give us the workout. Once that has been identified, we logistically figure out how many people we can run through that workout. Generally speaking, we run starts of each workout every half hour. So on Friday, there won't be traditional classes. You will use me on the whiteboard. It's going to be awesome this year.
Yes.
To reserve your spot, whatever spot you sign up for means that's when you will start the workout. So let's say you sign up for the 6:30 a.m. time slot. That means your open workout. Yeah, see? That means your open workout will start at 6:30 a.m. You need to get here beforehand. We'll have everything set up. There'll be a judge assigned to you to help you and make sure you understand what you need to do to complete the workout. We'll just basically repeat that for 3 weeks. Each week is we hit the reset button. They don't announce all 3 weeks right away, so we just take it 1 week at a time. All right.
He's so excited.
1 week you may be able to do at RX. Last year, the hardest part of doing it RX was the 50-pound dumbbell for gentlemen and the 35 for ladies. So we had dozens of people that are like, I've never used a 50, 35-pound dumbbell, but I'm going to do it today, right? So the double under, the muscle up, all those things are fancy. And it's just like the dumbbell weight, the barbell weight, whatever. Those are also RX opportunities. Before that, before the kickoff, you'll be assigned to an intramural team that's coach led. And throughout the 3 weeks, you'll earn points for participating in the fun themes we've got going on, for showing up, for just doing the workout. Your results don't have any indicator of how many points you earn, for coming to classes, for just engaging in all the fun things that Samantha talked about we're doing for a month. We're going to be doing fun stuff. And if you have fun, you earn points for your team. And then at the end of the open, we get together and give out some prizes and recognize the winning team and just kind of recap all the fun things we saw over 3 weeks. Did I miss anything? If you want to judge and you're not already on the judge team, go take the judges course on CrossFit on games.crossfit.com. Text us, let us know. We'll involve you in the judging process. You don't need any experience. If you care to show up and help people, then you are qualified to judge.
Awesome. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. So now we're going to talk about our experiences and how we have our past opens and things like that. So let's start off. What year is this for everybody? What year open is this for everybody? Trish?
This will be number 12 for me.
14 years.
But number,
This is 14.
how many in Masters? This will be your first year in Masters division? Second.
Yeah.
This will be my 11th open.
This is my 8th open.
I think 9th.
Pretty sure 11th as well.
I think it's my 6th.
Liz.
I'm a baby over here. I said, do I even do CrossFit?
19.
I think the 19 year that I did it was the 20 because it was in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was your first open.
Oh, so this is my 7th year. Okay. Not as baby anymore.
I have to use my fingers when I count yours.
Okay, so
It's like you
now
count the
anyone
zero,
feel
too.
free to answer at any point. Just open conversation now. What is your favorite thing about the CrossFit Open?
Oh, there's a mic down there.
I'm under control.
I've been anxious that I'm the only one right in front of the mic.
I'll start. I will just say just the camaraderie that is always there, no matter what gym I've been a part of or gone to for the open. It's just a good time. People are just having a great time, and that's what I enjoy. So
For me, it's seeing whether it's myself or other people like accomplishing things that they didn't think they could do. Kind of like I think it was Justin mentioned or Trish mentioned, it's the time that most people might not do an RX workout every day in class, but for the open, they're going to give it a try. And for me personally, I got my first bar muscle up during the open.
Yeah.
I got my first pistol during the open. Many like max lifts during the open. And then also seeing someone do the same. Like I remember last year at the open, Hannah in the corner over there was doing her first RX workout. She got her first pull up in the open. And so a lot of those first, because you have the camaraderie of everyone else and because you're maybe pushing yourself more than you would in a class, like a lot of people get those first opportunities and it's really, really fun and cool to see.
It is so fun.
Yeah, the CrossFit Open is such an emotional experience. I think a lot of the times, going to the gym and practicing fitness, it's like an everyday routine type of thing. Not that there's not emotion involved, but as soon as you get to the Open, I like to think of a sporting event where, like, football season just happened. Your team scored a touchdown in the last 3 minutes, and you think you're going to win. Like, think of that type of hype in a stadium, but like you're in a room with like you get to watch your best friend do that. You get to watch your husband do that, and it's just so emotional. Like I have chills just talking about it. Like there's not a whole lot of butterfly opportunities in life. I feel like they're very rare, which is why they're so special. And in the CrossFit scene, the open is just endless butterfly opportunities, and it's really special.
I
So,
think the sport thing that's cool is like when team A scores a touchdown, it's bad for team B.
yeah.
But in here, when
It's all team
athlete A gets the pull up, it's good for athlete B, C, D,
Everybody.
E,
Yeah.
right? Like it's a win-win. Like we're not trying. When Samantha does something, that doesn't take away from my something. If anything, that just opens the door for me and the other person next to her to do that same something. So it's
Yeah.
like we're all individually doing it, but we're collectively wanting everybody to do the best they possibly can.
Mhm.
So
It's a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing.
I
Or
love
pushing
how
each other.
it's I love well one my main favorite thing is I love just like being around the community all day. And it's just it reminds me of like cheer competitions when
Yeah.
I was younger, so it's like nice to have that similarity. Like you wake up early and you like get dressed and you're hyped, and then you're hyped all day long, and then at the end of the day you're like
Yeah.
and like just like pretty much die. Like that's kind of how I feel like it is for 3 weeks in the
Yeah.
open, but it's like so fun. It's so fun knowing you've put everything out there, whether it's as an athlete or even like we get to have a little bit of a different experience as coaches. But like as a coach, like being here all day and judging and like really giving your all to everybody is really special for me. I like that part.
I mean, I think of all the themes and how creative people are. I mean, I think I agree, or I do agree with what everyone has said so far. But I think what we do with, I think last year was the first time we did bring a friend. So we're exposing CrossFit to people who maybe have never done a CrossFit workout. We have themes each week where you dress up and get points for. And so it's fun to do things that are not just fitness, to just be silly. So
Yeah, it is fun. Does anybody have anything else to say about their favorite part of the open?
I just think it's cool. I don't know if they can see me.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
good.
it's cool when people meet people they don't usually in class, like whether that's an evening person coming and watching
yeah.
the morning people or someone judges and they're like, "Hi, I'm Justin. Like I usually come at 6 p.m. Oh, I'm Trish. I usually come at 6 a.m." Right? Like there's just a lot more connection. So all the things that are awesome about our community get turned up a little bit.
For
like
sure.
the volume is blaring for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Just expanding on that, I'm sure he mentioned this like when he talked about what the open looks like, but the gym is open pretty much all day except for our short lunch break for everybody to come in. It's not just if you're working out. Like if you want to come in and watch, like don't think you're about to come in here and do workouts with just judges watching you. Like no, the community comes in and other people are warming up before you're going, so they're there to cheer you on, and then some people like will come and do it in the morning and then come hang out all afternoon. So a lot of people will dedicate their Friday to this, which is like really amazing and awesome to dedicate it to this gym and to that into this event. So that's another thing that makes it really really special is
So much buy-in.
you guys make it special. Yeah, the buy-in makes it special. The more buy-in we have, the bigger and better we can make it.
Yeah, and if you have kids or a significant other that you want to like bring and have them cheer you on during your heat, like totally open to do that. Like encouraged to. It gets tight in here, but it's fun. That's what makes it
Yeah, that
fun.
does. That's really fun.
At this point, it'll be 75 degrees.
For real. Well, the front door's open.
Yeah.
I love nothing more than getting my team. And like, no, when the team is assigned and you like start your text message with when the coach starts the text message with your team and then the shit talking starts, like I love nothing more than like that competitive vibe where like you have like your team and everybody's introducing each other and saying their names and it's literally like I don't even know who that is. And then you have to point them out and then like that meeting of people.
That is fun.
That's like one of my favorite parts is like that chaos of the first weekend. And then my second favorite thing is when somebody comes in and you tell them that you want them to do a different version than they were planning on, where they're like, oh no, I'm going to do foundations. And it's like, no, you're not. And they look at you like there's no way they can possibly do what they're about to do. And then they crush it. That's my other favorite.
Yeah. If you're on Samantha's team,
I was
she
just
wins
gonna
every
say-
year.
Yeah, can we cut to the last 5 years of Samantha's team winning now? All the photos.
But not this year.
She also
Not
has
this
trips
year.
for keeping, so
Yeah.
Last year was the first year we did random. right? Like
Oh,
race
yeah.
Yeah, well,
assessment.
it used to be by class. I
Was
think
it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I still had a lot of 5 a.m.ers.
That's gonna be really fun though. So when this comes out,
Maybe.
teams should be coming out fairly soon after this.
Get signed up early. Make it
So
look
be
easy.
ready. Yeah, make it easy on us. If you haven't signed up, go sign up now. We'll show you how after because Garrett needs
It's
to.
like Garrett.
Be a good team
player, do what
Actually, I can email.
If you're watching this,
We're
and you
telling you
haven't
now.
signed up already. It's probably because you just started here. Everybody else is signed up already, right? That's how it's
Yes.
gonna work.
That's exactly.
Which is a great week if you want to start. I remember I start my first week at Salty Hive
I do remember.
was the open.
Yeah.
I literally signed up the week of the open. I'm like, I'd been doing CrossFit for a while, so it wasn't like it was my first open. But I think they were like, Justin was like, well, are you gonna do the open? I'm like, well, of course I'm gonna do the open.
Obviously.
But then it was super cool because I'm like, okay, I just joined this gym, literally all 100 people or whatever are in
Yeah.
here at once. I can meet them all.
Yeah, I
that
remember you were on my
one
team.
week. Yeah.
Like I forget
Yeah, you won.
because I judged.
I'm up
you
there
on
3
the wall
times. I'm up there every
always
my
weird.
face is on the wall every time I've done the open here. So
Uh-oh, so who's it gonna
Just
be?
shit coming.
It's coming.
Okay. Next question is, and this I want an answer from everybody for this one. So if you need a second to think, what is the most memorable workout in the open that you've done?
Memorable workout?
Yeah, so one that either like memorable because it was awesome and you PR'd or whatever, or memorable because you're like, God, that sucked. It's so great. It's
It's a lot of the second part. I can talk about right now.
I don't.
Yeah, everyone think for a second.
I mean,
Can start.
okay, perfect.
Just talk a little shit to people. I can't remember what year it was, but it was the inspiration of our salty Diane. So you started with Diane 21:15.9, deadlift and handstand push up, and then you went into 21:15.9 of a 3:15 really heavy deadlift and then 50-foot handstand walk. And boy Jordan was in here, big strong guy, bit the heavy barbell, and I beat him head to head.
Yeah.
But-
Or memory.
But, I mean, I could talk about all 14 times 10 of a 50. I've done like 60 something open workouts. I could talk about all of them, but I was just talking shit to Jordan this weekend, so that's just come on.
Trish, do you have one?
I guess the first thing that comes to mind, I think it was my first open in 2015. So I'd maybe been doing CrossFit for almost a year. And the workout started with ring muscle ups, 7 of them. And I had yet to do a ring muscle up. The crazy thing is, like thinking back, is like I caught a ring muscle up dozens of times. I couldn't press out. Like the amount of times that I caught the rings, but like dipping out was nearly impossible. So for 14 minutes, I didn't get one. I attempted a ring muscle up and failed many ring muscle ups. So like being so sore for not even like getting a single rep, I feel like had a big impact. I would even say like the next year, because at one point ring muscle ups were my very favorite movement. So all I would do was like ring dips and focus on ring muscle ups, and then it became one of my strengths when I couldn't even do it. So that it kind of started with the open of like that was kind of a slap to the face of I can't do a ring muscle up. So attempting a ring muscle up for 14 minutes was
That's a long
Wow,
time.
that is
It's
so
a long time.
I'm like,
Things to acknowledge there is you don't have to put yourself in that spot.
No.
Because now they have scaled versions, and back then there wasn't a scaled version. So if you wanted to do it, you just had to stand there and hope you could do a muscle up for 14 minutes.
Yeah, that's a tough start to not have a scaled and start with ring muscle.
Yeah.
People were pissed.
Was that before they switched to 3 weeks too?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
when it was
It's no
complete.
version?
I remember one
It's not
time
5 weeks anymore.
attempting a strict handstand push-up for 7 minutes.
oh,
Like it was like the last part of the workout, and I had done pretty well on the workout. And I was like, I had like 7 minutes left on the clock, and that was the last movement. I just like for 7 minutes straight was trying to get, and I did not get one.
I feel like I have so many. But
I was like, I feel like I have memories for you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so hard because I guess my most impactful one was probably the very first one I ever did here. Um, I was not a part of the gym. I was like doing a slick class. And I just like signed up for the open because Justin said something and I really wanted to be a part of the gym eventually. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So I signed up for the open. I didn't know anyone. The only time I was ever in class was like Tuesdays, Thursdays at 8 a.m. when no one else is in here except for the slick kids. So I hadn't met anybody, and I like walked in. I dressed up because I'm festive, and so I wore like whatever because I was on a team still. And I remember sitting there and being like I'm so like I just don't know what to do. Like I don't know what's going on. And someone from the gym, her name is it Hazley? Doesn't has Hazley? So she recognized me because she like knew my sister. So she was like, "Are you Meredith's sister?" And so like right away, someone just like seeing me and like being like, "Come on, like come over here and join us." And like I that was really helpful. And then right away, Justin was like, "Oh, like come on over. I'll be your judge. This is the workout. Like let's do this workout." And it was like 10 or 15 rounds or something of snatches and burpees over the bar for like 10 minutes or something. And at that time I like didn't finish. And we did that workout again a couple years ago and I finished it like way prior to the time cap. So it's just kind of cool from my first workout.
So snatches or thrusters?
I think it was
It was ground to overhead.
Oh, that's right.
So
Ground
it's
overhead.
either.
So yeah, neither of those.
It was either.
Oh, I thought you said no.
I mean, technically ground to overhead.
Yeah.
But,
Not thruster.
yeah,
but-
not thrusters.
You could have done a snatch.
Yeah, so that one is just memorable because that was my first experience with the community. I have many other. Actually, that whole first year was extremely memorable. So I have a ton, but that was really impactful.
Clarissa bringing up the handstand push-ups actually swapped my answer. So, what was the first year with the 55s? The 50, the
The
or
foot
50
deadlifts. And
the deadlift, wall ball, row, handstand push-up.
That was probably 16.
Was that
or
16?
17.
So
I
then
think it was 16.
I think it was 16.
They repeated it. It was 2 years back
I
to
think
back.
it was 16.
No,
but I
because
think
that's
it
the
was my
workout.
first
I think that's
open.
the workout. That was one of my first opens.
Anyway, doesn't matter. I think it was 16 because I think it was my first open, but I like am debating if I'm even going to do it RX. And I vividly remember Justin looking at me and being because I didn't think I could deadlift 155, which still stands. But and I remember Justin looking at me and being like, "Just be an athlete and do it." And I was like, "Well, okay." And so then I did it. We didn't even you like had to at the standard for the handstand push-up was the box and you had to like measure it off of your height or
It was
something.
like your forearm.
Yeah. you had to measure
then
off of your
your
height.
head.
And we didn't even set me up a station. And so because I was like, yeah, we don't need to set we didn't think I'd get there because there was a 14-minute time cap. I don't know. Anyway, it was 55 deadlifts, 55 wall balls, 55 row calories, and 55 handstand push-ups, AMRAP of some time. And I was like, we're not even going to set me up a handstand push-up station. I don't think I'll get there. So then I get off the row. I wish I remember how much time I had left, but Justin and Dylan like swarm me and they're like, okay, come over here. I've never even attempted a handstand push-up in my life. So they're like, come over here. And I was like, I didn't measure. And they're like, use this spot right here. It'll be fine. And then they're like, hey, put your hands right here. I was like, okay, now kick up. And I just like kicked up and they like walked me through the whole thing. They're like, okay, now tuck and kick as hard as you can. And I just like kicked up and then like looked over. Is that right? And so I got my first handstand push-up then. And I didn't even know.
Was it kipping?
Yeah,
It was kipping. handstand
yeah,
push-up?
yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so 16 and 17. So it was the year of 2016. Yeah.
I vividly remember doing both of those years and just not happy about how I did it. So
13 minutes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Megan, Garrett, do you guys have any that come to mind?
My memories aren't necessarily about the workouts because they just all hurt and I just blocked that out. But I vividly remember the dumbbell when they released the dumbbell and how crazy everybody was about getting dumbbells, like flipping out. I was like, no, that was awesome. And then,
I was like,
Yeah.
we didn't have
The
a
great
single
dumbbell crisis
Oh,
of
yeah.
2017.
yeah, was that 17 was the first year? Because that was where we did the
think so.
It was the burpee. It was the 50 down to 10 of burpee over the. Oh, that hurt so bad. Oh,
It wrecked everybody's back.
oh
Because
so
nobody
bad.
had dumbbells.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
17-1.
And then just it kind of goes back to why I love the open so much, but the camaraderie around when Dave Castro used to do his little hints.
Yeah.
And everybody like, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? That was always very memorable for me. I don't. Does he even still do that?
Yeah, he did it last year.
Well, that year, I think that year he literally said he put out dumbbells and he said, "Be ready."
Yeah,
and that was it.
but that was pre. It wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
that
it
wasn't
one of
during the
his,
open.
cryptic hints.
Yeah.
It was very explicit. He posted a dumbbell and said, "Be prepared," but it was like weeks early.
Yeah.
I think we didn't even know what weights.
No, I don't know. I can't remember.
We'd have to go back. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, for those of you that don't know, I actually wasn't around during this time, but I've heard this story many, 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 many times. They released a workout with dumbbells in it, and that was really not something you had in a CrossFit gym at that time, right?
Yeah.
Because it was pretty much you use dumbbells for more globo gym movements like bicep curls or strict press or whatever. And they released a dumbbell snatch, and nobody had dumbbells, so I think Justin has said he hurried and quickly bought a ton. People were just like bringing the ones they had from home in, like
No, at that time we were like hitting people up.
yeah.
I used dumbbells of friends in Ogden, and they were pissed because they couldn't do the open. We had the dumbbells.
So it was a little dumbbell crisis. So that's funny. Meg,
I don't know. I must just have really bad memory because I'm like, I don't even, sometimes it's all just a blur. Like,
Trust me, it's okay. I'm the same way.
it's really fun. It's also slightly traumatic.
Don't say that. It's not true.
it is not traumatic.
For me, because I just am a freak. Like, I just get really anxious and, yeah. So, anyway, my memory, I'm just gonna give it to someone else. Like, back in, I think it was 2019. So if you guys had seen my podcast, my mom was a gym owner, and so she was like my CrossFit hero. Like, I would just watch her do these workouts, and for a while, like, she was a lot better than me at everything. And I think it was 2019 where the workout had similar to what we're saying, like bar muscle ups at the end. And I feel like for a lot of people, bar muscle ups are just like the epitome of like that is just such a dreamy thing. I used to have dreams about doing bar muscle ups, and I was just watching her like try it, fail. I'm standing right there. And then eventually at the end of close to the end of the workout, my mom gets her first bar muscle up, and we had a photographer there, so you just see pictures of like her hair flying, and she's on top of the bar like this, and like she comes down, and I just like picked her up, and I was like, it was just such a cool and exciting moment. And I have a picture of me like holding her in the air, and she's just like and I like framed it, and it's in her room, and I just feel like, I don't know, that was a cool moment for me as someone who like looks up to her as something like I wanted to aspire to be. And so yeah, I'll always remember that.
That
I love
doesn't
that.
sound very traumatic to me.
No.
Yeah, that was a beautiful story. That actually leads kind of into my next question: is what are just general your favorite memories of the open?
Man, I remember this was like one of my first years in here, first or second year. And we had that one where it's like, I loved this workout, but it was like 50, this is my best ever open finish, 50-calorie row, 40 toes to bar, 30 wall balls, 20 cleans, and 10 ring muscle ups. And I,
60 ended.
yeah. Females I thought was 50. No? Okay, you're right. But it was, I love that workout, but for me it was more like the community of it. I had just like gotten my ring muscle up like very not that long before that. I had got my first ring muscle up. I remember I got to the ring muscle ups. I have a photo. I love it. It's like all my buddies from my 6 p.m. class, they're like sitting there as I'm doing ring muscle ups, and I'm just doing like singles at a time, and I'm just like getting them, and they're like, yeah, yeah. And everyone's just like cheering, and it's just like I could feel the community like behind me in that workout.
Those are some of my favorite pictures too. Those are so cute.
Ring muscle up last year with Charlie. Trish was pregnant with Charlie.
Yeah.
Week 2, they released bar muscle ups. She didn't feel comfortable landing on a bar, so she did ring muscle ups with this little guy in her belly. That's
still beat
something I'll never
Yeah.
forget.
Still be.
I mean that was, it's funny you bring that. That's probably my memory out of all of the times that I've done the open. Last year was like the first time that I like wasn't competitive and didn't really like train, or I was looking forward to the open but in a different way. And so it was, yeah, it was just like, I'm going to do the open because I'm a CrossFitter, that's what I do. And I want to be part of the community, even if I wasn't doing it as well as I had hoped or exactly how it was. So I ended up doing ring muscle ups instead of bar muscle ups. But my memory that I thought of is like, that's when we announced we were pregnant. Sorry. I didn't think I was going to get emotional about that. Because it was something we wanted to share with our community. And the timing of it was the perfect time to share that. And so we wanted the community to be a part of that experience. And then obviously the community is a big part of our life. And we had kept going back and forth of how we were going to announce it and how are we going to even say it to any of our coaches. So it doesn't even have anything to do with the open or fitness, but like sharing our next chapter with our community was very special. Sorry.
That was my favorite memory.
Yeah. I actually remember that. And I remember you like had it on your shirt, but you were wearing a jacket all day. And then you finally like took your jacket off and Haley was like freaking out. And I was like, what is Haley freaking out about? Because I didn't see it. And I like looked and I was like, oh my gosh, no way. And then I was like, it makes so much sense. Like everything is coming together. Like it makes so much sense. That was very memorable. And then watching you do the rest of the open season that was really, really cool. That was amazing.
To be fair, it took me like half the night to figure out you guys had the true sound. So I was just like, no, I was like, what are we freaking out about? And I was like, oh no. But
Yeah, it took some people a while to figure out what was happening in that time.
you guys back to back me.
A wave of athletes.
Yeah, every heat that came in.
Like another.
It was like every hour on the hour celebration.
Yeah.
Every hour. It was really cool. Any other memories?
Yeah, I have a couple that really stand out. So my first, I guess, recency bias is going to be Aiden from last year. So for those of you that don't know, Aiden and I had been working together probably for like 6 months at that point, and not on muscle ups. So a couple of reasons that I love his.
More what that looks like, but I mean working together.
Yeah, so Aiden and I have been doing one-on-ones for a while now. So we meet every other week and we work on some of his weaknesses. And it's just he and I working together, kind of working through some things that he's wanted to get better on. We've now progressed to muscle ups, but at that time we had worked mostly on snatching and Olympic weightlifting and very moderately on toes to bar. And that was the extent of our stuff. So going into, what was that? Was that 0.3? Was that?
I think it was the
2. Going into week 2, when, actually, let me back up. When he and I had talked about what we wanted to work on, his Olympic weightlifting was his top priority, and his goal was within 2 years he wanted to have a muscle up. Okay, so fast forward 6 months, and we come in, and I was like, "What? You gonna go get a muscle up today?" And he scoffed at me, wasn't even in consideration. So then he is doing his workout. We have, I'm judging Mars, I think, the Buttery Bros, which I was like, I need you to finish so I can go over to my athlete. So he got to the muscle up and was like, didn't make it, but was like close. And so how he recounts it, he like took a step back and was like, oh shit, like I'm actually kind of close here. So then at the buzzer, hits his first muscle up and just like has the whole community behind him, right? Like at the 3, 2, 1, we're ending the workout, hits the muscle up. So if you were here, you saw that. So a couple reasons that I love that. One, it like emphasizes the if you work on your weaknesses, it's going to spill over into other things, right? And two, just like the power of the community behind him and everybody rallying around him. So that is one of them. Another one, and this one might actually make me cry, was a while ago, and it was the deadlift burpee over the bar workout that we all sucked at.
The 10 down to 1.
Yeah.
I liked that workout.
22. And that is one of my least favorite workouts I've ever done as an athlete, but one of my favorite workouts for the open because almost everybody in here was able to do it as written. The standard for the burpee over the bar was you just had to have both feet off the ground at some point. And so like for some people the deadlift weight was a struggle, but for others like the like little hop over was a struggle. And I just remember judging Deb. She no longer is here, but still near and dear to Salty Hive's heart. She was a 5 a.m.er. And the little hop over was her struggle. And so I just remember working with her through that whole workout, and she was like fine on the deadlifts and then the burpee and the get up and the little hop over, but like she was so proud of herself for being able to do it. And yeah, I'll just never get over that.
Dude, the memories of like flooding right now. One of that comes to mind was the first year Carissa came back.
Yep.
And she did the adaptive division because she had experienced a stroke, and she didn't have much movement in the one side of her body, and she came in and did the open, and I remember watching her and just like being in full pause and just being like, this is what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching people do amazing things, like who cares about the Jason Hoppers and the and the whoever is gonna win the CrossFit Games? Like this right here is why the open is special. And that was like a really cool moment for her, and I think everybody that was in the room. It was like really extremely powerful.
Yeah. I think I'm biased about this one just because it's my husband, but I felt like last year the way we kind of turned it into like Liv was doing these call outs.
That was fun.
Hey, looking at the camera, I'm coming for you. Like try to beat me, and Jack was one of them, and it was you, Jack, and Luis, and it was so fun because like I love CrossFit so much. It's ridiculous. And then seeing my husband like really get into it, and for the first time like that whole day he cared about his recovery. Like never he like borrowed Hoffer's boots and just sitting, and I brought him his element tea and he's just sitting there like getting ready, and I'm like, Jack, I've never seen you care this much about recovery. And then I see him like, you guys all together first of all are just incredible athletes, and he can just bring himself to this point of like so much pain that you can't even feel it anymore, and like just watching someone get to that zone and then die after, like it's just so incredible. And I have his voice in my head being like, empty the tank, and like that's just what he does. And it was super fun, like a super proud moment to just like watch for again for not like a whole reason other than just for the fun of it, like just compete against each other and go as hard as you possibly can. Like that's not something you get to see very often either, so like that's always going to be super memorable for me.
Yeah, the last year it was super memorable for me too. Like it was super fun to do that. And like the community was so behind it, and that's what made it fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what we wanted, is we wanted the evening to be a little bit hyped. So like we were like, how are we going to do that? And I think it really worked, and it was a lot of fun. It was really, really cool.
This isn't necessarily the open, but it started with the open. The year that you guys took a team in person to regionals, I thought was so awesome. We had like, how many people did we have? Like 15 people that traveled to California to like watch you guys compete at regionals, and you have all these salty hivers like in the stands. I got some like pom poms, and we're just like, and that all started with the open, right? Like building up to qualify for that. And I really think that like it was a whole community thing, and then to have, for the community to see a team from our gym go and compete at that level was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my core memories as well. And like especially like we weren't in we finished half first off.
Good.
But we weren't in the like contention to go to the games, and we knew that, and
We had
we
the
still
most
had
fun.
the best we had the best crowd, and we did. We had so much fun, and it was cool to like hear like the announcers being like, what are they saying? And everyone's just like salty, salty. They just had this whole section with us, and it was like it was cool because it was like this is what CrossFit is. It is about the community. We have a whole entire gym behind us, and they know we're not going to the games. We know we're not going to the games this year, but we're like just stoked to be here. And like we are showing and proving like our love for CrossFit and its methodology and all that stuff. So that was a core memory for me.
And I
too.
think it does go back to what Justin said at the beginning, like that $20 you pay towards the open, like that goes towards allowing that competition to happen.
Any other memes?
I think I've blacked most of mine out.
I feel like I have too many.
I was gonna say,
I don't know if I can even say them all. Like
Trying to even.
I have a lot.
Remember the 7 straight minutes of burpees to target?
I never did that one. I think
I never did that in the open. I've done it as a class.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I've done it in the open.
2012.
Yeah.
Is that 12.1 or something? Yeah.
My first open workout.
That was your first
Ever?
workout?
Yeah, I didn't even know the coach that was gonna judge me. They're like, "Yeah, okay, show up at 4:15. Jamie's gonna be there." We put a foam roller between 2 rings because it had to be 6 inches. And I was the only one doing it in the gym, and I had 3 coaches just keep going.
That sounds horrible.
It was horrible. I came out way too hot.
You're like 7 minutes. I got this.
Yeah,
7 minutes is so long.
It was just super fast.
That is so long.
I do remember one year, well, when I first started coming down to Salt Lake to the gym when it was originally CrossFit New Life, there was only like 5 people who do the open. And
Me
I,
Becca were the only ones signed up in 2014.
yeah, and so I had done most of the open workouts in Logan, and then there was a handful of people doing them here. I can't remember, it was still CFNL, but there was a year that there was bar muscle ups. Maybe 20 people at this point were doing the open. I think Samantha was one of them, where they were attempting muscle ups, and maybe this is why they have the rule now that you have that they have your hands have to stay on the pull up bar, because they're at one point
No other party.
were flinging their bodies on top of the bar and landing like this, and then somehow shifting their hands on the pull-up bar and then pressing yourself out. So there was probably 5 or 6 athletes that all had bruises.
You don't understand. It was full.
On the
I was fully purple.
I don't even know how most people did it, but it was just like they would be able to get their body over, but then it was like they would like jump
They jumped
over
with
top.
elbows.
So, yeah, you
Yes.
just like punch like
And
that.
their hands would like just their hands coming off of the pull-up bar. I can't even like think about
Yeah.
doing that.
It was-
And yeah.
It was crazy. I never got one in that time. And
So that being
Kate
said,
and Megan did. I was pissed.
that being said, it's not the most efficient way.
It's also not allowed anymore.
Efficient,
Very
but
unsafe.
safe. Yeah, safety
Not
first.
recommended and not allowed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think another one of my first memories was another one of my first year, where me and Samantha started to connect, which we talked about this many times in her podcast. But I was brand new and I wanted to do toes to bar because I could do the workout RX, but I just couldn't do toes to bar. So the first time I did it, I did a couple toes to bar, but they just weren't very good. And so I remember texting Justin and being like, "Hey, I really want to try that workout again. Like I think I can do better on the toes to bar." And he was like, "Well, I'm out of town this weekend, but we have a coach, Samantha, who can help you on Saturday. So go to class Saturday and talk to Samantha." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that." And after class on Saturday, Samantha comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, I'm Samantha. Like, I want to help you with toes to bar." And I'm like, "Okay, I have no skin on my hands."
She goes, okay. And goes like this. And her hands are shredded.
Yeah, so I just had like shredded hands and I was like, "I don't really know what to do." And she was like, "Well, we can do other drills to get better." And I was like, "No, I'm hanging from the pull-up bar. I have to do toes to bar. And she's like, oh, okay. And so we practice, and then later I redo it and do way better. But that's just a funny memory of like my first experience of the torn hands. Yeah.
Did you put grips on or the second time you tried it? Or what did you do?
I don't remember.
Just tape it.
I don't remember what I did. I might have taped it. I might have taped my hands
I
because
think I
they
made
were
you do something.
they were shredded. Yeah, they were shredded.
Ugh.
So
Mm.
I
I
definitely
remember,
at least
yeah.
taped them.
The good old fashioned like the tape
Yeah, those
strips.
Go
I,
on.
can't, I think mine were
Yeah.
just like
I can't remember what we did, but
It's like stretchy KT tape
Yeah.
in your hands.
Another thing on my mind about the open that's just a cool thing is it kind of spearheads a lot of creativity and new movement. Like I just remember the first year that they ever came out with wall walks, and it's just this like unheard of movement. Like we're used to doing stuff on our hands, but like walking your feet up to the wall and then walking yourself back down. Like what is that? And it was in that open, and now we do them all the time in here. Like prior to that, they were never programmed anywhere, and then they pop up in the open, and now it's just this like new movement, and it's cool how that type of creativity gets spearheaded through the open.
sure that was
crossovers.
I feel like I want to say something about that. The wall walk and the dumbbell is CrossFit and Dave use the open as an opportunity to nudge us as a community in a better, different, additional direction. So like he talks about the dumbbell. I mean, go look at the old journal. Like the wall walk has been there
Yes.
from day one. The dumbbell has been there since day one. Like Annie Sakamoto, you probably don't know who she is, but just like legend in the coach and athlete space. She recalls the first time doing a barbell snatch, and at the brief, the coach is like, "Hey, we're gonna barbell or we're gonna snatch, and this is like blah blah blah, it's with a barbell." She's like, "I don't think you can snatch with two hands." That's what she said. Because like at that time, the only snatch that she knew of was a single arm dumbbell snatch. So yes, we're being
That's wild.
tested and challenged as individuals to do these workouts that they come up with, and collectively, right? The wall walk, I remember telling Samantha, I'm like, stupid.
we were
Wall walks. I'm like, wall walks is a scale for handstand walking. Like that was my limited scope as a coach at the time. Like if someone could get upside down but couldn't travel forward and we were handstand walking, they could do wall walks instead. But it's really just an inverted burpee and it's miserable. And so yeah, when they announced it, I feel like Samantha and I were rolling our eyes that whole Thursday night. And then you do 5 straight and you're like, oh
Oof.
no.
It's my favorite workouts.
I will never get over me going to film you to do the brief because oh, and this is something we haven't said. So we will like brief and send out details each Thursday night, so you're like prepared as you come in. So I'm like filming Justin to get ready, and he goes, "Okay, I need to pretend like I'm excited for this."
Pretend like the wall walk is cool.
Pretend like I'm excited. And then I think we did the workout, and we were like,
Fuck.
"We're programming these every week."
Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. They're a great way to get inverted without having to do a handstand push-up and without needing 50 foot of floor space. I mean, it's an inverted burpee there. I mean, we did them today. So
Yeah.
I feel like we don't go 2 weeks without doing them.
Yeah.
I
So
hear
get-
that there's another new movement apparently this year.
There's a lot of chatter. It's going to be burpee over the row,
Mm.
which isn't really new. It just
Right,
hasn't
hasn't
been
been
New to open.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the year they brought shuttle runs in, and obviously the judging and the scorekeeping was a little bit of a shit show that year, but like I think that's a great movement to add in. Like, what a good way to like find a different way to run. So like, there's a lot of cool things that come out of the open, and then they change programming throughout. Like, we didn't program wall walks except for maybe in like success or accessory stuff or for a scaled option, and now they're all the time. So it changes. It's like a good setup for your year, right? It changes programming. It kind of can test you and put you at a new level. Like, oh, I can use a 35-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
Shoot. So it's there's so many reasons to do the open. So if you have not signed up yet, we highly, highly, highly recommend you might be shunned if just kidding. But we highly recommend that you sign up for the open because we do not want you to be deprived of the fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we want you to be a part of the party. We want you to feel a part of this community, and we want you to feel the magic that is the open. So we are going to take you through how to sign up for the open because Garrett hasn't signed up, so we're going to get him to sign up right now. And thank you guys for joining us, and here is how you sign up for the open. Garrett's going to come here. He's going to scan that barcode right there. Awesome. And then his screen will look like so. Okay, and then he is going to press register now. From there, he will open registration, select that $20. He's going to log in. Oh, put his face in there. So you will need to create an account if you don't have one. Then his information's already filled in, so you'll need to fill in that information. Pause right here. You will need to put that you have a CrossFit or Salty Hive CrossFit as your affiliate. Okay, go ahead and move down. And then he's going to accept the terms and conditions. Submit. And then you must review and agree, so he's going to scroll all the way down here.
Oh, gee.
Oh my, lots to agree to. So check, agree and continue. And then you can choose to sign up or to buy an open, oh, just kidding. You can buy an open a patch or something, but we have open shirts, so don't worry about that if you don't want to. Checking out $20. And then he's going to pay. So thank you, Garrett. You are the next signed up.